Happy Monday, and welcome to the Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. Tonight, your Archbishop Ryan Raiders take on their rivals from Up Street Road, the Vikings from Archbishop Wood, in a PCL matchup that will have playoff implications. My name is Ted Westerveld, and I'll be on the call tonight, along with Ryan basketball legend from the class of '93, Joe Sinai. Joe, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Joe, you picked a real good night. You picked a real good night to get on the call because this should be a dandy tonight.
It's going to be two different styles. Super excited to see this game. Glad it's at home, to be honest. Wood's going to run up and down, jack a lot of threes. And then, Joey Z and the Ryan Raiders are going to be running their sets, slowing the game down, trying to get into their big guy.
Well, Wood comes in, it's probably the hottest team in the Catholic League.
For sure.
Losing their first two games, winning their next four. They just blew out Father Judge by 31, and a big win over Bishop Newman.
Yep. Huge
on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Archbishop Ryan, after their overtime loss to Roman Catholic, put two solid games together against O'Hara, and most recently against Monsignor Bonner, where they actually shot the lights out with 15 threes on the night.
Yeah. I hope we see more of that tonight. And we were talking about earlier, the road wins for these Catholic League teams are so hard. They're hard to come by. And that win over Newman is huge. And I assume that comp is going to carry over. It's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out.
Where Ryan sits in the Catholic League right now, they sit at 4-2, along with Wood, also at 4-2. St. Joe Prep, the surprise of the league to everybody.
Yeah.
They're
tough, man.
No one's told Prep that they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Goretti at 5-1, and Roman undefeated at 7-0. So what this game will do is start to separate those teams. West just lost to Roman on Sunday. So Ryan in a really good spot if they could pick up this win tonight at home. We're going to stay live in Hot Mic with the prayer and the national anthem.
Represent our school with class, to respect our opponents, and to grow as disciples of your Son, Jesus. Keep us safe from injury and harm through the intercession of Our Lady, the mother of your Son, and our mother too. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Thank you all for tuning in. And if you are tuned in, please make sure you text your friends, text the alumni that you know, text your basketball fans in your network, and make sure they take a peek at this game tonight because it's going to be a real good one. Sixers are off. Everybody's off tonight.
Best show in town.
Best show in town is right. Joe, we were talking before the game. Why don't you go over a little bit about what you think a key to victory, some of the keys to victory for Archbishop Ryan?
For Ryan, it's simple. You get the ball to Sorber, right? He's got to get touches. They got to go through him, and that's what you see in all season. They have a lot of success when that happens. Defensively, I assume Joey's going to throw a lot of different defenses at Wood. On the Wood side, offensively, they're going to go up and down the floor, like I mentioned earlier. You're going to see a lot of three-point shots. They got some athletes on this team. They're going to attack and kick. And on the defensive side for Wood, again, they're going to do everything they can. So the kids at home and the coaches at home, you want to watch who is Wood doubling Sorber with. And then Joey has to kind of counter that with whatever strategy he might have set. Cutting to the basket, looking opposite. Sorber is a great passer, by the way. That's what I see happening.
Also, there's a matchup between two of the best coaches in the PCL. Coach Moscow at Archbishop Wood. He's been with Wood since 2014, I believe, was his first year. He recently set the record for the most wins in the boys basketball program. Yeah. He's a 2021 champ. He's a 17 PCL champ, and he's a 2017 state champ as well. So this is a pretty impressive program. Joey's done the same on his end. Yep. He's short on the chips, but what he's built here at Ryan. So is there coach to coach? Do they kind of know each other enough to where it's?
I mean, I know Joey Zielinski, again, Chalfont legend. That'll be his theme tonight. But he is very competitive. He's a very competitive kid. I don't think there's any love lost, but Joey finds a way to get his kids to Palestra, right? It seems 4 out of the last 5 or something close to that. And Wood is always good. They are always good under Moscow. He recruits great kids. They're always a tough out.
Well, there might be a little bit of revenge because if you remember last year, Archbishop Ryan went up in a classic game, went up and knocked out Wood.
Huge win.
In the quarterfinal. I was there that night. It was that Archbishop Ryan took over that gym, a good part of it, and it was one of the best high school basketballs I had seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, that was a big win for Ryan. And like I said, Joey just finds a way to get his kids at Palestra. Hope that happens this year. But, we talked about it earlier. It's tough to win at this gym. Roman snuck out of here in overtime with a win. Ryan's home today, so I expect him to be very comfortable, confident, and we'll see how Wood comes out and plays. I actually was talking to Christopher McNesby, the head coach of Roman, and I asked him, what do you worry about when you play Wood? And of course, it's their big time players, Jalil Bethea. He's had an unbelievable 4 games. Yep. Let me just run these numbers by you. Tell me, he 33 for 57 from the field insane. It's insane. 50% from three point, right? Yeah. 25 for 25 from the line. Our job is to jinx him every time.
There you go. We'll do that exactly. Yep. And he's averaging 26 points in the last 4 games. So this Wood team is hot. Bethea is hot, and we have basketball tonight, Monday night, on Academy Road. Zaire. Darren Williams, short. And there's the run. Ooh, got away with one there. Reed, Josh Reed, good.
Yeah, he can stick mid-range. He's a nice player.
6'3" junior Josh Reed opens up the scoring. Slayer.
There you go. There's that double.
Thomas had position.
Yes.
Nice.
If he's hitting that shot, it's going to be a long night for Wood.
Gus Salem came in from California. Family moved across country. Not for basketball. They just moved across country, according to stat man Billy Zeitz.
Yeah, he can shoot it.
And he just did.
Yeah, he can shoot it. So anybody from the hash mark in, that kid has a green light. You'll see him jack it up super far. And that's why he's out there.
5-2.
Good hand.
Sloppy possession. You know, it's one of the things that watching this team, our team, is that every once in a while they have a unforced error.
Yeah.
Just not sharp. And it's one of those things that they got to tighten up. But as you said earlier, we were talking before the game, it's stuff that you live with, right?
Yeah, I think there's some of those turnovers I think you're going to have to live with this team. It's you don't want them to happen consecutively, right? You got to have a good possession after a turnover.
Athletic play by Sorber to knock the ball off of Wood for Ryan to get possession, and Zaire the senior, Zaire Paris, walked the ball before. Jaden Murray, entry to Sorber, backs him down, no good. Defended by Carson Howard. Here comes Wood. Nice closeout and great hands by Darren Williams. Paris. Up, no. Murray, good follow. And Murray's going to get the foul.
It looks like Ryan's playing in their, it's kind of like a variation of a 1-3-1.
Yeah, Joe broke this out, I think, midway through the non-league play.
Yeah, it's a frustrating kind of defense. They make you throw it out in the perimeter. They welcome those passes. If you remember Roman, same thing. Another nice basket, good left hand there.
Carson Howard with two.
If Wood can get penetration in that zone, in those seams, he can really break down.
7-2, Ryan down 5. They go low,
There
nicely
it is.
done.
Beautiful set. Wood can't let that happen.
7-4.
Joey just changed the defense. He's already out of it. We're going man-to-man now.
Number 1, Jaleel Bethea. Carson Howard. Bethea finds Howard. Draws the foul.
Raiders foul committed on the play by number 23, Michael Zaire Paris. That's his first, team second. For the Vikings, number 22, Carson Howard goes for the line, shooting 2.
That was a good pass, too.
Ryan's offensive possessions, Tom seemed to get some good position down low.
That last time, yeah. I like what Ryan's doing. Just got to keep going to Sorber. I really hope, too, Murray figures out how to be that second piece when the ball goes into Thomas and that double team comes. He's so athletic that if he can find a way to get involved off those doubles, get those easy finishes, he can mop up.
1 of 2 for Carson Howard, 8-4, 4-point lead for Wood. One little trap. Murray. He's still trapped. Somebody's open. Sorber to Murray.
That's a difficult shot.
Made it harder than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Wood out on the run.
Good hands. It's funny. I just said they got to get him involved and figure out a way to finish. He's got to finish on the left side, get fouled, and make the basket.
8-4. Carson Howard's going to put it up. Short.
Nice rebound.
Wow. That's some of the really good. That's some of the energy that they need, and he does bring that.
Yeah. I just raw athleticism. That was a major league rebound.
Is this going to stay Wood ball?
But I'll let Howard shoot that outside if I'm Ryan. It's getting a little chippy out there. I like it.
There's a lot on the line tonight. Offensive foul.
No, sorry, he's got to watch. It's super early for him. You can't have him in foul trouble with 2 fouls in the first quarter, let alone the second quarter. So Catholic League's so important with fouls. Game's so short.
Sorber got in trouble against Bonner. He had 3 in the first half and was able to But that was Bonner. Here comes Marabito because he's staying hot.
Nice rebound.
Very nice rebound. Josh Reed up the floor. Josh Reed did a hoop. Nice follow by Carson Howard. That's his 5th point. 10-4. Just at the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. Monday Night Basketball at Archbishop Ryan. Thomas comes high. Zaire. Good look. And a block.
I like it. I like that better than the reverse. Good take. Now earn him at the stripe. Great pass by Zaire, too.
Foul by Milan Dean. So Jaden's going to go to the line.
Ryan can't afford number 5, Reed, getting comfortable, aggressive, going to the basket. He is a super athlete, this kid. Explosive.
Murray makes the second. (10-5). Ryan presses. Wood comes across the timeline. There. Howard to the basket again, and a late foul.
I think that's 2, right? My mistake.
Thomas Sorber's first foul. Team's 3rd. Carson Howard's going to go to the line. So quick assessment, Joe?
I like what Ryan's doing. I would just stick with the plan. Got to slow down Wood in transition. It feels like Wood's been on the foul line the whole first quarter, to be honest.
Deuce Maxey comes in for Reed. And Howard for the second. Makes the second. So Carson Howard doing most of the damage in this first quarter. 12-5. A Wood lead. Williams. Murray. Sorber. Good defense by Wood. Sorber's going to take it himself. Ooh. That was a nice defensive possession there for Archbishop Wood.
They're really making Ryan work down here.
12-5, 3:05 left in this first quarter.
Ryan staying in, man.
Maxey. Bethea. Nice pass to Howard. He's having a night. Blocked. Ooh, and there's Thomas Sorber's second foul. Joe's going to leave him in.
I don't know. You got to get him out.
There's that's Gallagher. I see Gallagher.
Can't risk it. Now, Howard has been aggressive, right? This whole quarter. He's been going right at Thomas. No, I'm incorrect. He's staying out there. Maybe he's trying to steal another minute or 2.
Mark Anthony Gallagher checking in. Sophomore with an impressive performance against Roman.
Yeah, he was the hero. You remember, came off the bench, hit 3 threes.
Thomas Sorber kicks. Gallagher, 3. Deep. Here comes Wood. Reed. Maxey. Short. Zaire with the floorboard. Looking to push. Gallagher again. No good. Thomas Sorber.
2 good looks there for
2
Ryan.
good looks. And they got a foul. That's fouls on Rocco Marabito. Sorber with 2 fouls and 4 points in the quarter for Archbishop Ryan. Josh Reed misses. Bethea sits. Bethea really hasn't had a chance to do much in this. Carson Howard's been carrying the load for Wood. And a break.
Yep, there's a lost opportunity right there for Wood.
Reed misses both. Tried the back cut, it wasn't there. Zaire. Good pressure. Thomas rolls and a block.
Yeah, easy call. Good action up top, right?
Yep.
2 best players, high pick and roll action. If you go under, Williams is hitting that or shooting that 3. Typically he hits that.
That's the first foul on Gus Salem.
That's an
Off the ball.
It's gonna be interesting how fouls play a role in this game.
That's Carson Howard's first. Like to see Ryan get him in some foul trouble. Sorber kicks to Gallagher. Williams to his right, fade away. Thomas Sorber goes low to get that. Athletic move by Thomas. And risky with 2 fouls. 13-5 with 1:20 left in this first quarter. Darren Williams, the junior. Zaire, double team.
Great
Gallagher
pass.
swing. Williams tries to break down Maxey, can't do it. Judge fans like the defensive effort by the Vikings, and there's a steal. Stolen back by Zaire. Numbers. Sorber underneath. No, Gallagher for 3.
One time.
Oh, way off.
Get back.
Wood with the ball. Josh Reed, no. Or, I'm sorry, Milan Dean, no. Here comes Ryan. They don't want to come up empty here. Gallagher swings. Rocco is going to drive. Nice space.
Beautiful
Nicely
kick.
done.
Yeah. He's such a big, strong kid. Love his game. He's starting to figure it out. Big game last time out. If he's shooting well and being aggressive and making plays for Ryan, he could be that missing piece we were talking about earlier.
10 seconds left in this first quarter. 13-7. Archbishop Ryan down at home versus the Vikings from Wood. Maxey.
Tough shot.
Real tough shot. Probably not what they drew up. And at the end of the first, Archbishop Ryan down 6, 13-7 to Archbishop Wood. First quarter is going to be sponsored by the Friends of Ryan and the Friends of Ryan Winter Social. The Winter Social here in the South Gym is almost 2 weeks away. It's on February 4th. Tickets are on sale online at www.arhs.me/Winter Social. You can get a reserved table if you want to get a bunch of your boys together or a bunch of your ragdolls together. They're $400 for 10 people. They still have a few tables left. Individual tickets are $45 online, $50 at the door. To BYOB, it's a great event. And if you want to talk about how a good way to give back to the school, contribute, come to the social. They have raffles. They're going to be doing all kinds of giveaways and stuff. It's a great opportunity to get together with some people that you've promised that you've seen along. We got to get together. This is the night to get together.
Always a lot of fun.
DJ Bobby Sacco will be there, and I know he's going to be spinning some tunes. Your class of 93.
Again.
What was your 93 tune, dude?
From Chiafont.
What was
Bobby
it?
Sacco. There's the theme. Oh, Lord. I couldn't tell you. 93.
Did you and the guys from Chalfont get in your tank tops and get in your Camaro and drive down the in your Z-Cavs and drive down to Roosevelt Mall? Relive those days at the Winter Social. www.arhs.me/wintersocial. Archbishop Ryan with the ball to start this second quarter.
I can't believe I just said the word Cavarici.
Yes, you did.
I did. Yeah.
Sorber, no good.
Good work. That's what I'm talking about. He should be a handful. He got an undersized opponent on him. Take advantage, make a play, and he did there. Here it is. We know this play well. Handoff, and we get a 3 typically. Wow, what's that? The third air ball?
Third, yeah. Both teams seem a little
It's been
flat.
sloppy,
yeah,
too.
it's a little flat.
Sloppy. They'll settle in. Again, you said it's a very important game, right? A little, maybe pressing a little bit, right? All want to win, all playing hard.
Gus Salem with the ball to Howard. Howard loses
Great
the ball.
hands by
Yep.
Zaire there. He is a pest, isn't he?
He is.
I'll tell you what. I think the Wood approach is go after Sorber. They're going to try to get him in foul trouble.
Marcus Dixon in for Carson Howard. I think Dixon is the player he is actually playing football for Clemson. I think he's signed with Clemson. Big kid, solid kid. Bethea, no.
Look at that rebound. You got to be kidding me.
Great rebound by Murray. Here comes Marabito. Williams trying to find a spot. Marabito's going to take it. I like it. Oh, and they call the foul on Jaden Murray. No.
Yeah, I would like to see Rocco shoot that. I mean, you're 2 feet from the basket. Again, he's trying to be unselfish, which is you can live with.
So they're going to put Everett in. They're going to look for Everett to shoot from distance here. So on the floor for the Raiders are Everett, Marabito, Zaire, Williams, and Sorber. 3 guards. Gus Salem with the ball for Wood, defended by Zaire.
I've been hearing a lot about this kid with the ball, Green. He's supposed to be a lights-out shooter.
Michael Green for Archbishop Wood.
Great, another good. So many turnovers today. Great defense by Ryan.
Zaire for 2.
Yep. Great decision, right? Very simple basketball.
And the frustration by Jaleel Bethea on the other end of the floor.
Well, remember, he's not getting his look. You said that earlier. He's not getting his looks.
Joey 1 of 5. Oh, they got a foul.
Yeah, that's Zaire, right? A little too aggressive there.
So it's doing the game. You're doing the game with RC Keogh, the great RC Keogh, and I forget which Roman player hadn't had the ball in a while, and he took an ill-advised shot, and he said that's a guy he's got to get a shot. He's there to get he's out on that floor to get his shot.
There's certain guys out here that just need their volume, and Bethea is again. Ryan's doing a great job. They're making it difficult for him. Great hustle.
Great hustle by Wood. Takes advantage of the miss. No good. Bethea from way downtown. Bethea shot that from Fitzpatrick.
Like I said, if he was a Morrell guy, he would try to kick that in. Because they could not play basketball.
No.
At all.
We played basketball with our Sambas at Liberty Bell. Oh. And Maxie gets lost.
Yeah, screen-to-screener action there. That play works for my 6th grade girls every time.
15-9, Archbishop Wood with the lead.
Ryan's got to focus here. Just need a good shot. Great pass again.
Unlucky, out of bounds.
It's a great pass.
I think it's one of the things about Thomas's game that kind of goes, when you're averaging almost 5 blocks a game and almost 20, you kind of, he's got good vision.
Yeah, it's got to help him with the college recruiting, the fact that he has that vision. Great passer. Again, we talked about the Roman game. They came at him with the guy who was doubling was 6'4", 6'5". difficult to get those easy assists that he typically gets, but he will find you.
Offensive.
I mean, this game is for anyone's taking right now, right, Teddy? I mean,
It doesn't feel like there's
so choppy.
Yeah, absolutely.
No flow. If either of these teams put together 3 possessions without turning the ball over, they're up.
Maybe I need to have Billy Zeitz get me what the shooting stats are for both, because it's not good. 15-9. 5:25 left in this second quarter. Ryan Everett with the ball. Everett, little shake. Zaire comes and gets a great defense. Josh Reed, Zaire. And that's really good officiating, actually.
It's a tough no call.
That's a tough no call, but it's a good no call for the integrity of this game.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm biased. I don't want him getting his third.
No, absolutely. But it's a good no call.
I want a Thomas out there.
Bench warning. Why Joe get that warning? Did you see that?
Yeah.
So that's the officials getting some control, saying for you to stay in your box.
Both these coaches want this game.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
15-9, 5:11 left.
This might be the lob to Sorber, and Darren comes out. Nope. Get it
Everett.
in there. Great pass.
Entry pass, nice. Sorber.
Yes. Big time.
Nice entry pass by Ryan Everett. Thomas Sorber. That's his 6th point on the night. No good.
Look at Everett getting in there.
Everett, get in there.
Tough call.
Wow. And that is Sorber's 3rd foul. All right, so if you're Joe, how do you handle this on the offensive end?
You got to go to Williams, right? You got to get him isolated with a mismatch. It's not complicated, Teddy.
Take the air out of the ball a little bit. 4:45 left in this second.
I don't think so. Again, it's so choppy. There's no flow. Again, Wood is on the foul line. I think I'm watching foul shots practice.
Carson Howard puts.
Joey's going to dial up a shot for Williams, I think, here.
Yeah. 17-11.
And to your point, I think, they're going to be keying on him. Who from Ryan's going to step up and make a big play for us?
Josh Reed playing Zaire tough. Everett for 3. No good.
Again, good-looking shot.
They've had looks.
Good possession.
Here comes Dean.
That's a carry.
He got away with it. Howard with a rebound, and Howard was fouled. This young man's going to be continuing his game at East Stroudsburg.
Did you think Dean carried the ball there?
Yes.
It looked like he stuttered and got under it. And again, I said that earlier, Archbishop Wood is not going to run sets. They're going to get the ball and push it and live with that kind of shot. Impressive performance by Howard.
Howard, 7 for 9 from the line. 8 of 10. 12 in the night unofficial, 19-11. Wood has the lead here on Academy Road. Nice roll down by Murray.
There
Rocco Marabito. And a timeout on the floor. Big 3.
Ted, I wanted to talk about this. A lot of discussions. I always say the best coaches are in the stands, right?
Right.
Joey Zaglinski tends to call timeouts after a make. You don't see that often, right? It's becoming more in vogue. And I think you probably agree with this. Bad spurt, not a lot of flow to the game. Finally has a positive play, right?
Let's talk about it.
They're within 2 scores now, and he calls that timeout to kind of settle them down. I like it. You don't see a lot of it, but usually you're calling that timeout. You want to just get the kids over there and get them settled. But he usually he'll once or twice a game he'll call a timeout after a positive play like that.
Now,
what's your thoughts?
Well, I was going to ask if you thought after that is he setting up for for pressure?
Typically, when they during a timeout, he's calling what defense he wants, and then the next possession what he wants to get on offense.
Gotcha.
Right. At this level, you can really give the kids 2 plays, one for zone, one for man.
Josh Reed, guarded by Marabito. Nice battle. He spins.
Yeah, he's tough.
Smooth. That's Reed's 4th point.
2 mid-range jumpers.
Oh, they called the move.
Yeah, moving screen.
Moving screen on.
And this goes
Williams.
this goes on that same category of turnovers, right? That's
right.
a turnover. That's 1 possession less, 1 shot less, in a 21-14 game. Joey's going to his 1-3-1 variation. Oh,
Gus Salem and Josh Reed playing catch. It is the variation. Dean. Salem.
it's really frustrating. You got to be patient.
Bethea.
Got
Bethea.
him. Yep.
Travel.
Let me start this.
They've done a real nice job on him.
Yep.
Archbishop Ryan with a chance to get the lead down to 5, maybe 4.
And Ted, remember, Wood scoring 80, 70, 80, 90 points a game in the Catholic League. Ryan has him down to 21.
Murray.
Oh,
Murray
boy.
for 3.
Big shot.
Jaden Murray.
Big shot. Here, they push on the make.
Ooh, almost a steal by Zaire.
Slow down now. If I'm Ryan, I want to get a set. No need to go fast here.
Williams, back iron. Rebound Bethea. Here comes Wood. Salem wanted the ball. They didn't find him. He was wide open. Bethea. Williams all over.
Yeah.
Carson Howard. Everett tried to reach, got away with it.
Again, I would love Ryan to see slow down here, get a possession.
Here comes Michael with the left. Oh. Good hands. Oh! That's a foul on Williams.
And gets, I got to do it.
Go ahead.
He's made his last 25 foul shots in a row.
He's 25 for 25 the last 4 games. Jalil Bethea.
Folks at home, I've been waiting all day to say that. and the kids are watching. We're trying to put the kibosh on this foul shot.
The kibosh. And they do. That's that young man's first miss in 4 Catholic League basketball games.
Yeah. AKA 3 weeks, guys. That's his first one. That miss was brought to you by Joe Sinai. Thank you.
21-17. It's still a 4-point deficit for Ryan. Minute 54. Jalil Bethea at the line.
I think it's a frustration factor. He just can't get it going tonight. And he's a tremendous player.
Tremendous player. You can see it. He's frustrated, too.
Yeah, it's a matter of time, yeah. You got to buck up for a second.
Yeah.
with that
Buck,
kid.
22-17. Hassan Beya with pressure on Michael Paris. Entering the game. Here comes Marabito. Screen by Murray.
Great.
Oh, great look.
It was a great pass.
Josh Reed with the steal. Got away with a little contact on the body there. And a travel.
Murray with a great pass. Just good defense down the other end. Reed prevented a basket there, really. Looks like they're in a run and jump.
Yep. Williams open. Everett.
You got to pull that, kid.
Everett's going to shoot. Nope. Murray battles, but Wood comes up. Josh Reed. Salem and Reed play catch. Corner three, Bay, and no.
Very frustrating. Wood looks very frustrated on offense.
It was a nice box out by Marabito. He's open. There's a foul.
Sorry for my side there. I want Rocco to shoot that. He made his last one. He's 5 for 5 the last couple of games. Let's get that ball up there. He had space.
22-17. This game has a feel to it, and it's not a good one. It's just like we've talked about. It feels choppy. Ryan only down 5.
Yeah, it's like a Morrell pickup game.
The 2-1-2 zone with 3 guys under 5'5". I don't think so. I led Mitchell in assists one year. 88.
We'll have to go back and look at the what's that microphone back there, Daddy?
22-17. Williams at the line.
Come on. Let's get him going. There we go.
I have that unofficial. That's his first point of the night. Him and Bethea with only a single point in the first half here so far. All things being equal, we have a chance to be down 1 possession here.
Yep.
And we are.
Well done, young man. Good shot. Again, Ryan's going to be in that zone, right? Make them work on offense.
45 seconds left. Bethea with the ball.
If you notice, if you're at home, ball side, Ryan will have 4 defenders, sometimes 5. And they're daring you to throw the ball to the opposite side.
Maxey,
that's how you beat it.
Underneath the Howard Dean. Oh, and a foul by Murray. That's Murray's 3rd. Caution Howard with 12 points. Chance to make the old-fashioned 3.
Yeah, I think you give him that too. Avoid that 3rd foul. But aggressive mistake.
Coach Moscow going to make another substitution here. Howard.
Yeah. He's going to get, offense for defense, get him out. You don't want him getting another foul, right? I think he has
He's sitting on 1, so Wood not in any foul trouble at all. 23 seconds left. Ryan trying to break the press. They got to get it over. They do. So you're double team to Everett. Everett to Marabito. 10 seconds. Coach Glinski with a timeout.
I like that call. Let's get one good possession, one good look here.
What do you like to do coming out of this timeout? Well,
again, I'll keep it simple. You got to find a way to get Williams. He's very effective. Again, talking to Chris McNesby from Roman, that dribble handoff, he's very comfortable coming off that dribble handoff action, shooting a 3. Maybe do a screen-to-screener, get him open on the perimeter. And if I remember correctly, who we have out there? Everett's out there as well?
Yes.
Just need a good shot. Just need a good look. 8 seconds left.
This game has been full of good looks for both teams, just not able to knock it down at all. Uncharacteristic of Darren Williams, held to only 1 point, and if you're a Wood fan watching, and if I said, hey, Jalil Bethea is going to have 1 point going in the first half, you tell me I'm nuts. You wouldn't be playing that on your Parks prop side. I can tell you that.
And he's watching right now. He's watching from like us.
Yes, he is.
Now, Wood, you don't want to give anything up. Now, I love again, he probably dribbled a man play. Moscow comes out in the zone.
Sorber sees Williams.
Oh, you can't leave him open.
They did, and back iron, no.
Again, great pass by Thomas there.
Archbishop Ryan in a choppy first half, alive.
Yeah.
25-19 deficit to Archbishop Wood, the Vikings. And Joe, it's great to have you. This has been a lot of fun. I hope everybody are enjoying the broadcast. So I want you to tell a little bit about your class of '93.
Sure.
One of the better players that have come through the school. Let me ask you just a question: what was your fondest memory game-wise in this gym?
In this gym? Oh. I got a lot of guys listening that I played against. I don't know about with, probably same, but we had a big win against North Catholic here. They were a very, very good team. 2 first-team All-Catholics, MVP. I think they might have had 1 or 2 second teams. That was a big win for us. And again, it's fun. I told you earlier, love playing Wood for the guys at home.
Yes, you did.
If we played Wood, there's a chance I could have got into the NBA because I dropped 20 on them almost every time I played them.
Right.
Just kidding. But I would say that was a big one here. It was a Sunday, I think, afternoon.
Wow.
Not a lot of people here, but a big win for us, and we also got them at their place. And we were clearly the underdog in both games. So we had them early in the season and then kind of again in the middle. If you remember back then, it was North and South.
North and South.
You played everybody twice. They were big wins. And I love talking to my North friends and just reminding them that they did not beat me my senior year.
There you go.
You know?
Now, did you play varsity as a sophomore?
Yeah, it's actually a cool story. So all the young guys that are listening right now that you're playing on your freshman team and or you're on JV and you're a sophomore or a junior. My story is kind of unique in the fact that back then, not a lot of sophomores played. In our program, you had Chris Mooney, who went on to play for Princeton. You had Bernie Rogers, and I'm sure there may be some guys from the '80s who I'm not familiar with.
Chris Mooney, who was, of course, at University of Richmond.
Yeah, he's a coach now. Great player from out of Somerton, and Bernie Rogers, same thing out of Somerton. But what happened is, again, back to the North Catholic. We were playing at North Catholic. I'm a sophomore. I would say it's kind of 3-4 games in, and we hit a buzzer beater to beat North. Again, there's a theme with beating North on this call, on the show. And Bernie goes up to high five the kid who made Matt Haggerty hit the shot, breaks his wrist.
Oh my gosh!
And the one time, Teddy, that I'm at the library on a Saturday afternoon, my dad comes running in. He's like, "We got to go." And I'm like, "Oh, I thought he was just checking on me that I was in the library actually doing homework." He grabbed me, drove me up to Ryan. He had a pair of sneaks. And he's like, "You're on varsity now."
Wow.
And then, that's how it happened. And I got to play a little bit. First couple games were tough. They literally,
Who were some of the powerhouses in the North?
Back then?
Yeah, who was back then?
Cardinal Doherty was
Is that Mobley?
Mobley. It was Mobley's senior year. Who else? We played Kenrick. I think it was Kenrick back then.
Right.
It's funny, I coach against Dave Neild, who was in all Catholic on their team. We have girls the same age. So I run into him the last couple of years. Great guy. Judge was always tough. I also played North. I love it in the playoff. That was my junior. I'm sorry, but my sophomore year we were like a 6-10 team. My junior year we were like 8-8, and then my senior year we were 12-4. And I was very proud of that group because not a lot of them got a lot of varsity time as juniors, and we won a ton of games, Ted. We did get knocked out at Judge first round. One more win, we would have been in the Palestra back then. And good game at Judge. Went on a run, and they just played better than us that night. And I never got to touch the Palestra floor. And a lot of the North guys remind me of that.
They remind, right?
But I never got to touch that court. But that's my story. A lot of good guys on that team. You had Billy Kellenberger. You had Fausto Volpe, Billy Wetlock, Tommy Hennihan. I'm forgetting some. David Klein. We had Mark Cole as a junior, Bobby Altmaier, Pat Dwyer as a junior, Eddie Walke, first-team All-Catholic, who is the year behind me. And I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody else, but all those kids that I just mentioned, or men I just mentioned, all had the opportunity or did play ball in college.
Really?
Yes, almost all of them, yep.
You had a fantastic career at Holy Family.
Learned a lot.
Yeah.
That's when I became more of a complete player at Holy Family. I learned a lot IQ-wise. Like my experience there. We had a really good junior year. We won our conference with a player here, Joey Simcoe, who was also honored at the Roman night. He's a year ahead of me.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
They take that to what the basketball world then and the basketball in the Philadelphia Catholic League now.
Not even close.
Hold up. The JMs, State Farm, pop a shot.
Did they get that on film? They told me they got that.
I think we got that on film.
Holy crap.
I think that's $500 for that.
I'm going to
young
talk
lady
to Jay after the game.
Yeah.
How much did you get?
I think it's a flat nickel.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Congratulations, young lady.
Well, he should pay for a book.
Awesome.
He should pay for a book.
At least.
Right? To answer your question, though, the difference from then and now, it's not even close. I mean, the speed, the size, these kids are huge. And a lot of them are playing basketball 12 months a year. They are so good now.
Were you a multi-sport athlete as a kid? Did you?
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of that. Actually, I was supposed to be a football player. I tore my knee up freshman year, and it didn't pan out. And I kind of, by default, played basketball. But, from Schaffon, we played the football first there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just happened to luck out, and things fell into place. And it's one of my few regrets in high school that I didn't go back and play football, because back then they won a lot. They won a lot back then. But yeah, I'm a big advocate of that even today. You see a lot of overuse injuries, and it's really a shame. A lot of kids have to commit, or they're forced to commit when they get those AAU or elite kind of programs when you can't play other sports. And I think it balances. I had a conversation today with a mom who has a girl in 5th grade and was asking me, does it make sense to play AAU at that age? And, it could conflict with other sports, your spring sport, really. You get an extra 2 months of basketball. And I'm a big advocate. If my kid has to miss a game or a practice because they have soccer or something else, so be it. Baseball. But you don't see it as much as you should. I hope it comes back.
Well, we were talking before the game, and you're currently coaching in the area in Northeast. Specifically, we were talking about Torresdale Boys Club.
Yes.
And I want to make sure that we gave a shout out to Torresdale Boys Club, one of the rare. They are rare in this youth sports community, where they are a sports club where you're expected to play multiple sports.
Yeah.
And it's encouraged. And talk a little bit about your experience at Torresdale and some of the people there.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I think definitely it's one thing you and I can agree upon when it comes to youth sports. The Chalfont Morel thing's a different conversation.
Right.
But Torresdale, I've been there for a long time. I have my son and his group, Joey, and team. I've been coaching those kids, and they've been some as young as 1st grade, all the way up to 8th. Now they're in freshman in high school, so they graduated. I let them go. But I've been coaching Tars all the way through in basketball. They do a phenomenal job. Mr. Hasher, Edna, we talked about Jimmy Lee. I can't mention all the names about the organization. Do a great job. They're a great club. Every kid gets to play. They always have a spot. And very happy that I'm associated with that club. Currently, I got my 6th grade girls going and getting them ready for high school. My boys are out, so I can focus full-time on girls. But Tar does a great job, and we were talking about numbers earlier, right?
Yep.
And For the folks at home, Tarzell Boys Club has over 500 kids, 40 teams, and we have 2 hoops. So if you're out there and you have gym time, please help us out. If you think about it, that's one court. And we're only afforded each team 1 hour a week of practice, sometimes half a court, Teddy. And it's hard to teach with that limited time frame. Typically, you need 2 hours of practice per game or league that you're in, and you just don't get it. And it's funny when you play in these like competitive leagues. Like I don't know if you remember Intercounty. It's kind of a newer thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, those suburban teams, tryouts. They have over 100 kids. They might practice 2-3 times a week, and it's really tough to be competitive when you're getting kids from a couple of zip codes in Philly and 1 hour practice. So. But back to the event here. But Tarzell's an excellent organization. They do a great job, and I'm super happy to be part of it.
Shout out to Jim Hasher, Edna Hart, Jim Lee, Chuck Flanagan.
They can go on and on.
On and on. Anthony Stern. And
Joey DeMayo.
Joe DeMayo.
Yeah.
Check out Tarzell. They have a pretty good presence on their Facebook page.
Yep.
I think it's under Tarzell Boys Club. Go check them out. If you're in the market for somewhere, even if it's just for in-house, and it's your first time with your child to go.
Our in-house program's phenomenal. We do co-ed when they're real small, Teddy, and then we do like 3rd grade and under, both boys and girls, and it feeds into our travel teams. Not only the kids, but also we pull coaches that do a good job. It's set up for long term.
And here we go, back with basketball action, 25-19. Thanks for staying with us. Archbishop Ryan. They try to go into a double team Sorber. Sorber able to athletically maintain possession. On the floor, Murray, Marabito, Zaire, foul. Sorber, Williams, and that's a foul on Carson Howard.
Yep.
Carson Howard, he had the strong first half.
Teddy, what'd you say, 12? Around 12, 14?
Yeah, 14.
You got to love that production if you're Wood.
If you're Wood, yeah, absolutely. Unfortunate turnover. If you're just tuning in, it's 25-19. Thomas Sorber and Jaden Murray with 3 fouls to start this second half. Bethea, Reed.
Darren Williams doing an excellent job on Bethea.
You think that's taken away from both those players' offensive
Absolutely.
game? Nice look.
Oh,
block,
great block.
Murray. And he gets the rebound.
Get that out of here. Get it out
Nicely
of here.
done, Jaden Murray. Zaire tries to go low to Sorber and does.
He's got 2. Right at him. Yep.
And good.
Keep it simple, right, Teddy? Keep
That's
it simple.
You said pregame, get it to the big man. It's only a 4-point game. Ryan down 4.
Oh, it's a walk.
Bethea gets away with one and fades away.
Pretty shot.
Pretty shot. That's his 3rd. Miscommunication.
It's 2 turnovers on 4 possessions to start the second half.
And this is what I talked about, and you talked about it a little bit, is just these 90-second and it's all it takes in an 8-minute quarter. That is all it takes. 27-21. See if Ryan can come up big on the defensive end here. Salem.
Great defense by Sorber.
Great
help.
defense by Sorber. Carson Howard.
He's cleaning up today.
That's actually, he's got 15 tonight. No foul. Murray. Thomas Sorber takes an elbow. Williams. Welcome to the party, Darren Williams. 3-pointer, 29-24.
Now, if you're Wood here,
short.
Great rebound. Again, I want Ryan to slow down. That's where it needs to go, boys.
Thomas Sorber on the feed from Darren Williams.
Great pass.
And just like that, it's a 3-point game.
You don't see that anymore.
What was that? I did not. Did you see that?
I think it was more of a flop than anything else. Thomas got his fourth.
Wow. That is not what Ryan was hoping for. Wow, shot. Somebody might be heating up.
Yep. That was a tough shot. He was behind the backboard on that. I don't know if the camera could pick that up.
6 for Reed. 31-26. Williams
Right
down
there.
to Sorber. 3 by Marabito. No good. And there's a travel.
Easy call. It's still, Teddy, we said like the first half, it's still that flow. You get 2-3 consecutive possessions, and there's a stoppage.
5 minutes left in this third period. Williams back cut. There it is.
Joey Zaglinski's really rolling the dice with Thomas out there, but I don't think you have a choice.
I don't think you have a choice either.
Yeah.
You just gotta press it. Thomas goes straight up. Wow, Thomas Sorber on the tightrope.
You got help. Good job.
Marabito gets the ball to Thomas, gets the ball over the timeline. Here's a chance for Ryan to tie this basketball game. Foul before.
That's his second, team second.
That backdoor cut was wide open last time. I would expect Joey to come back that later on.
They tried it twice in the first half and it wasn't there. Here comes Williams. He rises, fires, and that's going to be short. Off of the leg of Sorber. Down court, Bethea. That foul's on Rocco. His second.
This little spurt, you know why all those scouts are here, right?
Think so.
And what did we say? Oh, look at- we got a handful of colleges here and today. We've got Syracuse, Nova, Penn watching this game today.
Well, there's a lot of D1 talent on this floor. That free throw's missed. Make note. Defended by Gus Salem. (33-28), just under 4 minutes left. Maxey
One of Ryan's
and
strengths.
Fadine. Go ahead.
Baseline out of bounds, please.
Sorber spins up and under and good. Thomas Sorber,
If
his 12th point of the night. Ryan's still down 3.
He's tough, man. Going
Josh
back
Reed.
to that last possession, if you're Wood, why on earth are you not doubling? Why would you let him operate that close to the basket? Again, choice, maybe foul trouble.
Carson Howard has 2 fouls. No. So does Milan Dean. Otherwise,
Great
that.
pass.
Great pass.
Now-
Sorber, his 4th bucket of the quarter. 3-point game.
Look at the speed on him.
Yes. Oh, Jalil Bethea.
Now we got some flow.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back and forth.
5-point lead for Ryan.
to
Or
watch.
for Wood. Rebound by Maxey.
Oh, very
Reed.
fortunate for Wood.
I like his kid. Yes. Great feet by Rocco to get set.
Now let's see if Ryan can get a basket here. That could be a 4-point, 5-point swing, right? We got to stop there.
That's only Josh Reed's first foul. Yes. 5-point game here.
Wood changes it up. again, if for the little guys at home, you're looking off the ball here. Look at the action.
Marabito, that's going to be short.
You take it.
Williams cleans it up.
Teddy, great pass. That was a great pass.
That's a great pass. It's an assist in the book. 3-point. Ooh,
that's like your
Maxey
brother
pumps.
Todd shooting a three.
When Todd shot a three, it ended up on Chesterfield Road.
Yeah, people will put both hands over their head, hoping it would get hit. Here comes Gallagher, right?
Mark Anthony Gallagher. Love to see him knock one down here. Archbishop Ryan with Thomas Sorber with 4 fouls. Jaden Murray, their other big, with 3 fouls. With the ball and a chance to tie this game. Sorber, Zaire. They find Gallagher, they get him a look. He can't put it down.
Yeah.
Tough one. He's had some good looks. Keep shooting, young man. Bethea. He's off.
Now they ran that last set. Again, I want Ryan to slow down.
Williams. Zaire.
There you go. Good basketball.
The senior. Big 3. And guess what? Wood tie.
And again, strategy-wise, I don't know who called that timeout. Was that Wood?
I didn't see.
No, it was Joey Z. We talked about in the first half. Settle him down, get him focused. Remind Thomas he has 4 fouls, right? Big shot by Zaire, and all caused by the transition. The penetration.
So Archbishop Ryan erases a 6-point deficit at halftime to tie this game at 37. Scoring has picked up a little bit. Jaleel Bethea with 6 points this quarter. Thomas Sorber, 8 this quarter. Darren Williams with 7, and Zaire Parrish with 3. And just like that, Archbishop Ryan back in the game. Kids talked about dog mentality beginning the season with me. I had a chance to talk to them before the season, and I've talked about this before. I don't know if they know that this game has been choppy and it's been sloppy and they turn the ball over, but they're back in this game just like that.
No, yeah. When they watch film, they're going to be, oh my God, and a lot. But to be honest, this is the game we thought we'd see, right? The last 4 or 5 minutes. We came here to see the Stars play, and
they're out.
Yep, absolutely.
Text your friends. Send the link to the YouTube network to your friends and make sure that they catch the end of this game. It's going to be a good one. 37 all. Wood with the ball. Milan Reed tries to go hard to the hoop, but a foul called.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, if at this point, that's Rocco's 3rd.
Yeah.
I think that's the that's what Wood has to do, is just get to the cup, just drive, draw the foul.
Yeah, when Thomas is out, they seem to lean on that 1-3-1 kind of variation. It's tough. You got to be patient. You got to attack the seams with penetration.
A lot of fouls for.
Oh yeah, they're adding up.
They're adding up.
Yeah. And I think we mentioned that in the first quarter. Will fouls on both sides impact the game? And I think it has.
39-37. The Vikings from Archbishop Wood hold a 2-point lead here with over a minute left. Murray to Marabito. Murray sets a screen. Williams. Gonna try and break him down. Gets some space and rises and fires and blocked. Milan Dean. Nice defense there by Dean.
Yeah, he usually gets that off. If he pump fakes there, though, he'll get 2 at the line. I hope he stays aggressive with Thomas out.
Josh Reed, 8 points on the night, checking back in for Carson Howard. Williams. Shakes Reed. Jaden Murray tries to knock the ball loose, but Maxey with the rebound. Up the floor. And that's a foul. And that's Rocco's 4th.
Yeah.
Sometimes you look down the bench.
Yep.
Now,
He's got a tough decision here.
he's going to go back to Sorber.
Looks like it. Yep. He'll get an offensive possession at least, and Thomas can't fail on the way down after that possession.
Bethea.
Checking in the game for the Raiders, number 35, Thomas Sorbo, replacing number 22, Jaden Murray. And for the Vikings, number 22.
Now, after made foul shots, I think Wood has been pressing a little bit. See if they come back to it. I think it was a 2-2-1. Just one way to get the ball out of Thomas's hands is put pressure.
Bethea makes both. His 8th point of the quarter, 9th of the game. He's almost in double figures just like that. Zaire with the ball going left. Guarded by Josh Reed. Marbito.
Good entry
Dean.
pass.
They find Gallery, turns down the shot. 23 seconds left. Zaire is going to go left. Baby Harden! Oh, doesn't go. I call him Baby Harden. He has shoulders, he protects the ball, he's left-handed.
He reminds me of a Chalfont legend by the name of Scott Fisher.
Okay.
You know that name?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Scotty was right-handed. When he got going, he was tough to stop. We called him Fish.
That's Josh Reed's second foul.
Yeah, Zaire's tough. When he's going, getting to that basket, he can finish with both hands. He usually ends up on the foul line if he doesn't finish.
Here's Michael Green checking in for Wood, along with Maxey. Carson Howard out. 4-point deficit for Archbishop Ryan. Zaire makes the second, his 4th point of the quarter. 15 seconds left in this third. Wow, short.
Oh, great
Salem,
pass.
and a great pass. Williams!
Wow.
Big finish!
Wow.
And just like that, Archbishop Ryan down 1, and a great flush
Great
by
pass
Williams,
by
and a great
Zaire.
pass.
Yep. That might carry them into the 4th quarter now, right? You survived with Sorber with 4 fouls. Rocco has 4, I believe, as well.
Correct. This has been for Archbishop Ryan to be down just a single point after 3. Sitting here watching this game.
A lot of turnovers, right, Teddy?
Yeah.
Missed foul shots. But they're in it. They're in it.
Real quick, I want to make sure I mention one of our groups. Crowd's going loud. There you go.
Student section, yep.
Student section getting crazy. Wanted to just give a shout out to our cheer team. They were small varsity Catholic League champions. That they won that in December of this year, just passed. The captains, Fallon Crawford and Ava Baptista, they're coached by Angela Roman. They have states next week, and then they travel to Disney in February. Check them out on their Instagram page for all other information. They have some fundraising stuff, but just want to give a shout out to the young ladies cheer. We're here every night, and they compete just as hard as every other team sport here. 41-40, 8-minute to where are you going to end up in the Catholic League?
And you notice he's not out there, Teddy?
No Sorber.
Yep.
So on the floor, let me set that table if I can. Oh, there's a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Gus Salem.
It's a big shot.
Real big shot. 4-point lead. Zaire, Marabito, Everett, Murray, and Williams. Murray with 3 fouls. Marabito with 4. Marabito's going to drive. Spins. Misses Everett. Here comes Zaire. Zaire!
Great finish.
Zaza! 44-42. Wood with the lead. Bethea. from Pennypack. No.
Yep.
Ryan Everett almost a steal.
Nothing.
Great block. Jaden Murray. Here comes Williams.
We got a Wood player down.
And a foul.
Looks like Dean twisted his ankle on that last drive. He seems to be okay.
That's Bethea's third.
Interesting.
6:54 left. It's a 2-point game. Settle in. Should be fun. Everett. Zaire. The swing. Williams wanted the ball there. Zaire's going to. Williams downtown.
There's been so many whistles, I feel like I'm at the Mummers right now.
How about that hustle play by Jaden Murray right there for Ryan to keep possession?
That's how he's got to be that energy guy for us, right? Disruptive, just make things happen with that length. I've been rooting for that kid since he walked in this building.
Calvary kid, right? I think he's a Calvary kid.
We call it Xiaofan, but yes, you are correct.
Sorber. Ooh. Michael does it before the shot. Oh, an offensive.
Yeah, he got him. I thought he got him there.
This official.
He's caught a lot of offensive fouls. Both ways.
Yes.
Both ways.
That's Zaire's third foul.
I thought that was good defense and a good call. Tough call.
Tough call, good call. Josh Reed with the ball.
We don't want this kid going to the basket.
Like that. No, Sorber.
Again, slow down, guys, slow down. Well done.
Ryan can tie or take a lead with a three. Has Ryan led it all tonight?
I don't think so.
Rocco. Oh, you see Sorber. Great hands by Thomas Sorber.
That screen is box-to-box screen after the weave action up top has been there numerous times for Ryan.
We have a tie game, Maxey.
Good hands, good hands.
Nope. Sloppy on the floor, Sorber. Referees let them play. Carey Maxey.
Jada Murray is also maybe in theater at Ryan. I don't know. Yeah, there's a kind of a flop there. I mean,
he wanted to play soccer.
Yeah. That was I would call that a flop. But hey, he's just trying to give his team an advantage. They get that call. It's 2 shots, right?
Well, if you're Wood and
there was contact.
You're contact and you're bringing an elbow up and they're going jump ball. Officials got together.
Again, 44-44, 5.5 left, fourth quarter.
If you talked to Joe today and said, "Hey, Joe, you'd be in a tie ball game with 5.5 left," I think he'd take it. Yeah.
Well, knowing Joe, he would probably say we'd be up 20.
We'd be up 20, but
yeah, I think he's got to be happy where he's at right now. How gritty this game has been.
Very much so. Murray, great energy for Murray tonight. Good entry to Thomas. Thomas gets position. Thomas, doesn't go.
This could be the first lead of the game. Did I jinx us, Teddy?
No, you did not.
Did I do a reverse?
Sorber to the line. I don't have him at the foul line tonight. What do you think about that?
I do not remember seeing him.
So you're 6'9".
Howard has been living on the foul line.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. And he makes the first.
I'll throw another name at you. He reminds me of a young Jimmy Hanratty, player for North. Good hands, good feet. Now, of course, Thomas is much bigger. But I had to go shout out to my buddy.
Thomas Sorber to give Ryan a 2-point lead. And I think you used the right word, is gritty.
Well, before I was going to say telecast, but before we started streaming, you told me not to be too negative because I could quote a lot of things. But a great game.
It has been a good game. Salem finds Bethea, who leans. Thomas
Attack.
rips the rebound. Williams. Mary, the ball's going the other way. And somebody's hurt down on the wood end of the floor.
That's Bethea.
It's Bethea.
He might get hit in the face. Now, that last offensive possession, right? You have Darren Williams on the left side, one-on-one. They did have a second guy back, and it makes you think, he has a choice there, right? You either attack the basket, he wound up getting a mid-range jump shot, which he can knock down. But if you're Joey Z, do you want to pull that out? If he's not attacking, do you pull that out and go right back to Thomas again?
I didn't catch Joe's reaction on the sidelines because sometimes he's pretty demonstrative is what he wants, but I didn't check it there. I do know that he likes to let his players play.
Yeah.
And he doesn't micromanage even important possessions like that, which is why kids like to play for him. Ryan up 1 in their barn. 4:40 left.
Very aggressive defense here by Ryan. They're overplaying everything.
Even with 4 fouls. Salem finds Dean. Dean trying to shake Mary. Can't. He gets a little position and does. And that is a foul on Thomas.
No, I think it's... Yeah, Jaden.
We got it on Jaden?
Mary, yeah. Got him on the way up.
So Sorber, Marabito, and Murray all have 4 fouls. Milan Dean makes the free throw to tie the game, 4:25.
There's a lot of time left, Teddy, with all those fouls. They already got 6. Next foul's 1-on-1 both ways. They'll be in the bonus.
Misses. Zaire. Marabito. Down low to Sorber. Skip past to Zaire. Zaire goes right. And a foul called.
Now, my fathers would tell me I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I would say 40 years, the game is won and lost from the foul line and layups at every level.
Ryan simply hasn't had a lot of opportunities from the foul line. Zaire gives Ryan the lead. Bethea checks back in.
Yeah, you got to hit him out there, right, if you're Wood. Moscow's got to get him.
The senior Zaire Paris makes both. 2-point lead, Archbishop Ryan. Gus Salem. Milan Dean. Maxi's a little...
Looks like he's shaky with the left a little bit.
Salem helps him. Zaire almost with a steal, blocked by Sorber. Blocked by Thomas Sorber.
Wood was very disorganized that possession, and that was a key.
How are you not getting that ball in the hands of Jaleel Bethea there? 47-45. Archbishop Ryan in no hurry. 2-point lead. Down, Sorber with position. How is Sorber not fouled? Finally. Carson Howard.
That was a pretty play dialed up right there by Joey Z. Probably your best post-entry player, pass player in Zaire. Everyone's off to the other side of the court, and it really becomes one-on-one the block, which most Catholic League teams would have nightmares of him on the block, isolated.
Big free throws for Sorber, the junior. Makes the first. Ryan could go up 4. Thank you for tuning in. 48-45, 3:19 left. Please text your buddies, text your friends. Get in the link. It should be a fun couple minutes here on Academy Road. Sorber makes both free throws.
Darren Williams, full denial on Bethea.
Those two have been battling all night.
All over him.
Maxey. That's where the turnover is going to come from Wood.
Again, they look disorganized again. Wood, they can't get in any of their sets. Oh,
Moving pick, and another moving pick.
oh.
And Jaleel Bethea, his first point of the quarter.
Big time three-pointer. You could, if you're watching him, you might have saw a little bump there. I don't know if that's a foul or not, Teddy, but remember, he's still got to knock that shot down, and he sure did.
He sure did. Coach Zaglinski working the official a little bit, maybe tell him about a white with long hots from Pizza City might be his choice after the game tonight. 49-48. This turned out to be a real great game.
I don't think it was that genteel, to be honest with you.
Say again?
I don't think it was that genteel.
No, I know.
Now, what's going to happen here? So Wood, with this stoppage, Teddy, they may come out and something different. You can't continue to let Sorber get the ball in the post. We'll see what they come out in. If you're Joey Z, you're going to your top 1, 2, 3 set to get Sorber the ball in the blocks.
Sorber's got 19 tonight. Carson Howard has 2 in the second half, but has been pretty much been neutralized a bit. He has 8. I have him on official 18. So what do you got coming out?
It looks like Wood's going to go man here. They're just going straight man.
Starters on the floor for Archbishop Ryan. Ball to Williams, back to Paris.
There it is, box to box. Great decision by Sorber there. Didn't want to force it. That play has been there tonight. And actually, Jalil prevented that easy post entry and basket by Sorber.
Oh, there's the cut. 2:26 left. Archbishop Ryan in a battle of 2 4-2 teams. Winner goes to third place.
You can feel the tension just building, right?
I have it.
Up 1. We're down to 2:30 now.
And a gritty Archbishop Ryan team. Williams to the hole.
Big time basket. Oh, he let him catch.
3-point lead.
Where's the help?
Bethea with the ball. Off to Howard.
Great pass. Again, the Teddy, the speed. It's amazing, isn't it?
He was quick.
If you guys are here to see this live, he's a jet, man.
51-50.
He's got a gear that Teddy and I will never see and have never seen.
Joe Zaglinski with a timeout. You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the great, the lovely, and talented Phil Consalvo.
Okay.
Head of security here for Archbishop Ryan basketball. Phil begs me every week, you're going to get me on air, you're going to get me on air, you're going to get me on air. And the answer, of course, is no. I'm not going to get him on air. But Phil does a lot for the basketball program. He's been a supporter of Archbishop Ryan Athletics. Staple. Yeah. I also know Phil as a softball player, too. And he'll tell you that he used to play at Mitchell Playground a little bit.
Okay.
Wasn't very good. Wasn't very good.
I like the honesty. For those of you at home, he's the one who charged your kid $5 to get in.
But the great Phil.
He's a great guy.
Phil's a great dude. And he's one of quite a few gentlemen that come and make this. These games are an event. I mean, there's a lot that goes on for a Catholic. That's why I love the pageantry of Catholic League basketball. But guess what? We have 147 left and a 1-point lead in a huge game here in the Catholic League, 51-50.
And again, what did Joey Z dial up? Wood's going to come out again in man-to-man, it looks like. And they're just playing straight man-to-man. I like it.
Everybody in the bonus. Murray.
Nope, 2-3. Changed it up at the timeout. I was telling you earlier, Teddy, this takes away that play Joey just called. Typically, this level, you can do a man in a zone play, but you don't know what they're going to do.
Oh, Zaire gives the ball away. They let them play.
So strong.
Jalil Bethea and Archbishop Wood takes the lead.
A very strong take there. Yeah, I'm old school. That's got to be a bounce pass.
Minute 10 left. They go down to Sorber. Sorber shakes, shoots. No good. Murray, hustle, rebound. Jalen Murray, rebound of the season.
What a play by Murray.
Play.
What a play by Murray.
Thomas, I'm sorry, Darren Williams.
The finish.
Did they call a foul? I didn't see.
No.
No
That's
foul.
a no call.
They just no call, and because Murray was on the floor.
I think he was worried about the
Yes.
was about the safety of the player. He had two guys tangled up. That is the play.
Mark that
so far.
down.
Yep.
If Ryan pulls this game out and holds on, that play right there, that hustle, that rebound play is going to loom large this season. 53-52, just under a minute left.
And, he let him.
Bethea and Williams, the battle. Howard. They're trying to, Williams, good deny. Oh, wow. Darren Williams fought through that screen. He came down a little hard with a slap. That's a tough call. That is a tough call.
And look, you know what? If you're at home, look at the two benches. You don't really see this a lot. Every single player on Ryan is up, rooting for their team. And look at the Wood bench. Again, that might be a different approach. Totally different. Just tells you how bad Ryan wants this game.
Carson Howard at the line. I'm sorry, Jalil Bethea at the line.
Now Moscow's calling a timeout. I guess he's very confident in Jalil making those foul shots.
Sure.
We're about freezing him out.
Chance for dramatics here on Academy Road. It's been a great night, Joe. It's been great working with you, but we're gonna definitely have you. Got to be back. You got to come back on air.
All right, yeah. Let's sign me to another 10-day extension.
I know your agent. We'll get a letter out to him, but 53-52. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Ted Westervelt and Joe Sinai bringing you Catholic League basketball action.
Had a lot of fun. Normally I'm having this conversation by myself in the stands, so it's a little bit easier. Again, we're going to see what Wood wants to do when they come out of this break. If you remember last time, they sat in a 2-3. Very disruptive. Other Catholic League teams have had success playing against Ryan and sitting at 2-3, specifically St. Joe Prep.
Correct.
And Joey probably has the Ryan guy set up to find a way to get that ball to number 35.
Bethea, who came in tonight 25 for 25. He's 3 for 5 from the line tonight. Here's some big free throws. Good.
Yeah, pure.
Smooth.
You can look at his body language. You know it's going in.
A lot different from first half with him.
Yep. What a great game.
Jalil Bethea. Good. Archbishop Wood with a 1-point lead. Zaire with the ball. Rocco Marabito to the right. Looking for some space. Can't find it. Got to give up the ball. Joe gets a timeout. Rocco got a little bit trapped there. I know what he wanted to do, but
it looks like Wood has the possession if there is a jump ball. Ryan's down by 1, right? 30 seconds left. 1-on-1 either way. You got to get a good look here.
yeah,
He's got to get a good shot.
28.2 seconds.
And I told you earlier, Joey has a handful of baseline out-of-bounds plays. The lob to Sorber, Darren comes out.
Is that what you like?
They also do a counter when it's not Darren, and it goes right back to Sorber. We'll see if they dial out one of those two plays. And if we score, you got to get back on defense, and you can't let number 1 get the ball.
The loser of tonight's game goes 4-3 with West in that 5-6 space. The winner in the 4 space behind Newman, Goretti, Prep, and Roman.
It's tight.
Right? It is tight. Now, in Ryan's case, their tiebreakers are, again, they beat Carroll, they beat Judge, they've lost that big game to Prep. But right now, we have 28.2 seconds left. Marabita with the inbound. They find Williams. Oh, that's blocked!
Joey Z thinks there's a foul there. He can't believe it.
Cannot believe there's not a foul. That's Williams' 4th.
A lot of time left.
It's 1-1. Who's at the line? It is Milan. Dean at the line. Big free throws. He's 3 or 4 from the line tonight. Dean misses. Murray with 20 seconds. Joey's going to let him play. He makes the call. Zaire has some space. Zaire!
Zaire! You got it! Get back on defense. Get on number 1.
Here comes Wood with 5 seconds. Timeout.
Wow.
The seas parted. Gates open. Zaire Parrish, the senior.
The courage to take that to the hoop, right?
It opened up for him.
Big play.
Tremendous. Zaire Parrish puts Ryan up by 1 with 6.2 seconds left.
Wood will have the ball coming out on the bench side on half court at the hash. They're talking about it right now.
So they're
what a tremendous finish.
So I think Wood just made 2 substitutions, putting in Michael Green and Kerry Maxey, Deuce Maxey. I'm assuming Bethea will still be on. Bethea, Reed,
yep,
and probably Salem, right?
It's all offense right now.
It's all offense right now. Yeah. So 55, 54, 6.2. Go ahead, Joe.
No, just for the younger guys at home. When you think of seconds, think of dribbles. So essentially, once the ball is inbound, the clock starts, and you have 5 to 6 dribbles here to get the shot off. So you're thinking 4 dribbles, and they got to shoot it.
Here we go. This is big. Gus Salem's going to inbound the ball, guarded by Zaire Parrish. They're going to try and find Bethea. They get it to him in the backcourt. 5, 4. Here comes Bethea. 2. No good!
It's over. It's over.
Is it? What do they call?
The refs don't made a call yet. They have not made a call. They have not made a call yet.
The ball was up. Coach Moscow.
This is unbelievable.
Unreal.
They don't know. The refs don't know. They're unsure. No good.
Wow. Archbishop Ryan.
Wow.
Takes the game.
Get out.
55-54.
If I'm these refs, I'm getting out of here. You got to get out of here.
And the
huge win. Huge win. And Teddy, I didn't see it. Did you see it?
I couldn't tell. The crowd rose in front of us.
What a game.
As the referee crew make their way back.
I don't know if I can take this. I don't know if I'm coming back,
We
Teddy.
have seen so many unbelievable things here in Academy Road. This is a first.
Zaire won that game with that last possession, right?
Unbelievable. Students storm the court. Unfortunately, we do not have the luxury of instant replay.
Oh, well, I'm a homer. It was no good.
No good.
Absolutely no good. Wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close.
55-54. And in a game where I said make note that Jaden Murray rebound. And then
Zaire take.
And then the Zaire take with that Jaden Murray rebound allowed Archbishop Ryan to stay in that ball game.
Yeah. And that missed foul shot. Remember, the missed foul shot before Zaire even got that look. Huge win for Ryan.
This will go down as one. This will be a highlight that you'll talk about for years, especially if this team makes a run. What an incredible finish here on Academy Road. Unbelievable. Zaire Parish with 11 points tonight, but the most important were the last two.
Yeah.
What do you think, Joe? You got listen. This is the way it is all the time.
You
here.
know what? How ugly that first half was, with all the turnovers, all the stoppages, the lack of flow, as we discussed, all the foul trouble. It was a battle. It was a battle, and we got in a little bit of a flow in the third and fourth quarter. A lot of haymakers thrown, right? Bethea came back and had a monster second half.
So
we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming.
He knew it was going to come, and guess what? He showed that kid could play,
He's
man.
A talent, man.
Talent. It's fun to watch. We have some talented players too. Darren Williams, Thomas Sorber. But
of course,
tonight Zaire and Murray with that Jade Murray
it's not
rebound.
going to show up in the box score, but Jaden Murray was a difference maker.
Darren Williams with 15 tonight. Zaire with 11. Sorber with 19. Marabito with 5. And Jaden had 4. But did a lot on the defensive end and rebound. So
the Wood fans are walking out here in disgust.
Oh.
They cannot believe it. I do like how the officials huddled together, talked about it. Head official asked everyone, what do you got, what do you got? And they made the call.
This game will be talked about.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go back and look. We'll be able to see. But this game will be talked about. Archbishop Ryan on a 3-game winning streak. And now they get to go play. They go Egan and Lansdale.
Yeah.
Egan, Lansdale, and then they go West. Devon Prep, which will not be easy. Devon Prep's a real. Jason Fisher does a good job with Devon. I know they're not.
West Catholic is tough.
And West.
Listen, I was talking to again my buddy Chris Nesby, who just played West and snuck out of there with a 5-point win over West.
Yes, he did.
They are brutal, and when you got to play at West, it's a nightmare.
So here's the interesting schedule for St. Joe Prep. They're sitting at that 5-1 spot. They still have Goretti. They have a plucky Father Judge team who might be able to shoot with them. And then they have Wood, Roman, and O'Hara. So the back end of the prep schedule pretty tough, which should open up some games. Ryan's got to go beat West.
I don't want to play that schedule.
No, that's a tough.
Let me look at it again. So you got Newman, Wood, Roman on the back 9 for the prep.
That's tough.
Yeah, good luck, boys.
That's tough.
Good luck.
So we'll see. 55-54 in a thriller with an unbelievable ending. And I just want to thank all of you for staying tuned and watching us and sharing.
Yep.
Joe Sinai, I think we just became best friends, buddy.
Yeah. And I'm sorry about all the Mitchell digs, but it was a lot of fun, and I would love to come back.
Well, we'll go hang out at Mitchell. We'll go to the Whale, hang out, shoot some hoops, take a dip in the pool. It'll be good. Again, 55-54. Congratulations to the Raiders. Our next broadcast will be versus Lansdale next week. Thank you, and have a great evening.
All good.